So today we're joined by Mark Newton, our head of technical strategy here at FSInsight. And with the entire crypto market down almost 200% from all-time highs, and Bitcoin currently trading at 21,000 and Ethereum around 1,100, a lot of our retail investors are wondering, is this the time to take advantage of the dip? This might be a little more than a dip, but is this a good entry point for someone who wants to take advantage of the price action? So Mark, could you give us a little insight on the technicals behind Bitcoin and Ethereum?
Hi, Carrie. And yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum for a minute. I think that's really interesting. And starting off, we note that Bitcoin now is down to near 21,000, a huge decline that we've seen. Many of these cryptocurrencies now are down in excess of 70% from the highs, many on the verge of over 90% declines. I would point out a couple of important points. One is that for the first time, you're seeing very heavy volume that's appeared out of nowhere. OTC trading desks are seeing, after the last couple months of really very lackluster volume has all of a sudden started to pick up. And the fact that that's happening at this stage of the decline means, there could be evidence of real capitulation that oftentimes can mark a low. I would also point out that when you look at the longer term chart of Bitcoin, when we look at weekly logarithmic charts of how this has acted over the last 10 years, very prominent low, of course, in 2015. We note that the last bottom that connected that was really right back in 2020. Now we're lying right near that area, which is also near the late 2017 peaks. So my thinking is this area near 20,000 is going to be pretty important in the days to come. And I think we're actually nearing a pretty decent area to consider buying dips in Bitcoin that, should be with us within the next week or 2 weeks. So, I do own some Ethereum here, and I want to talk about that next, because I think very similar to Bitcoin, that's actually underperformed of late, and that's actually setting up with an equally attractive opportunity to buy dips over the next week, and I'll tell you why. So let's look at the price deterioration here. So we see since November, really the end of January, we declined exactly 77 calendar days. We gave up, about over 2,700 points from peak to trough. Now, this same decline has started up again. We see some brief consolidation. If we measure from the latter part of March, we actually see that this secondary decline will equal the first, not only in price, but in time, right around the 19th of June, which happens to be about a week. So in technical analysis, it's always important to find out times when, waves tend to be equal, not only in price, but also in time. It can oftentimes be important to giving us very pivotal times to buy dips. This would happen, by the way, in Ethereum at prices right around 872, 873. So that's going to be, of course, a little bit lower than where we are now, but I'm thinking that we are in the final stages. I would note that weekly RSI is now at the lowest levels we've ever seen for Ethereum. For daily, we're actually matching what we saw back in January. Volume has started to pick up on this decline. I think we're nearing capitulation. I think we're nearing a very good trading low. I do like being long and buying dips here for those with any sort of a time frame longer than a few weeks. I think we're going to find a bottom towards the latter part of June and rally up similar to equities into the period right near September. So you remember, both cryptocurrencies and equities have had a very strong level of positive correlation. So it's probably unlikely that crypto turns up dramatically if equities are still falling. Historically, though, we have seen, periods where the crypto decline has peaked out right ahead of equities. And that happened in April of last year with crypto. And of course, markets on an equal weighted basis peaked out between May and June for the most part. And also prior to that, we saw when, of course, crypto peaked out in November of 2021. So November 2021 was that was exactly when the Russell peaked out, when the NASDAQ composite and also transports. And then more recently, this move down in April was actually a direct hit with when equities peaked out. But some interesting thoughts there to consider. I think we are getting close. And, when my stuff starts to line up like this, I think it's important to pay attention, because I do think we're close. And for the first time, I don't mind, buying into cryptocurrencies on a very severe pullback like we've seen, and think it's getting very close. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Take care, Carrie. Bye.